So James Casbolt had been following me for a long time before I met my Muslim boyfriend, and he only decided to reach out at the proper time when I was understanding that the dude is being completely surrounded by handlers. And he shared a photograph. He's like, these women, these Lillith demon clones, are virtually running the world in the sense that they are like influencing the time, the money, and the mind of the actual kings of the world. So he had suspected that there was like a handful of them. He's like, I've detected one of them, I detected two of them. And he's like, I think that you have found the third of many, perhaps. And, we don't like wish violence, obviously. But it was like for me to understand that, like, what I was finding out was like, this is not good. This is not at all good. This is terrible. And then he was like, yeah, it's terrible because these Lilith demons are controlling the time, the money, and the minds of men. And they all look the same. So he sent me a photo of one from like a long time ago. And he was like, they all look like this. They all look like this chick. They're clones. They are just biobot weaponized women that are in like people who are not truly with God. There's like a demonic hierarchy. And so like the beast unfortunately has been like beneath the whore of Babylon. So it's for the beast to rise above the whore of Babylon, reconnect with the spirit of the mother, help us, don't help the whore of Babylon, and the culture needs to shift. So there is a demonic hierarchy. So I would say that they kind of go like cloaked, but it's not entirely cloaked. If they're cloaked, like in the sense like, oh, their influence seems so small, where like Sarah Adams, like her influence is big. Like it's evident that like her influence is huge. But some of the Lilith demon clones are like their influence is seemingly like modest because their agenda is big, right? Their agenda is bigger than that of Sarah Adams. Sarah Adams, everyone knows, is like obviously a predatory person. They stay away from her. It's like nonsense. Her influence is so big, it's like obvious. She's like nonsense. But some of them have a type of influence that is like, it's very modest, where you would think that, oh, it's just seemingly like a nobody. But in the demonic hierarchy, they take on a demonic principality that is ruling the minds of men. These can be judges, police officers, your entire political structure. It could be major government organizations. They don't realize that it trickles down. And so long as the man is beneath the Lilith demon Whore Babylon spirit, the hierarchy will continue to be a trickle down factor. So it is important for men to rise above the political governmental hierarchy of demonic energy, to rise above it. And it could cost you virtually everything, but it needs to happen. And it will happen. I believe it's in Revelation 17:8. The beast that was and is no longer, and the people whose names are written in the book of life, they're going to think it to be a miracle. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Because that's the major move of God in the end times, is for the beast to rise above the whore. Now, there's like a famous concert that Katy Perry put on where she was riding the back of the beast, right? Dressed as the whore of Babylon, she's riding the back of the beast. And it's kind of this like satanic ritual, like the whore continues to ride the back of the beast. So this trickles down in our day-to-day life. On an ordinary level, I would say men that still struggle with pornography, they struggle with pride. I would say that is still like the trickle down demonic factor of the whore riding the beast. You don't have to do that. Like, none of them have to do it. They just don't know any different because perhaps they've been doing it for so long. But this was actually the basis of James Casbolt before he died, reaching out to tell me, I see this person. Like, don't think. And it was funny because it was like, it seemed as if her influence was so modest, but the agenda was so great. So he reached out somewhat anonymously to say, I've identified this seemingly modest Lilith demon that is trying to come against you and the will of God, and God's will be done, right? Take some time, take some crime, they say. So that's it for now.